games include a game of 28 points, a career high against Virginia on January the 4th. As we are ready to go here from Pittsburgh, Pitt in the white, Florida State in the garnet. And they will take over to start things off with Bonner at the point. Bonner quickly driving, puts it up with the right hand and wasting no time for the Seminoles.
Yeah, really, Michaela Johnson on ball defense right there. That's just too easy for Bonner. Just gave her the entire lane, right-handed wide open layup for her.
Bonner, the transfer from California, averaging 14 points per game over her last two, where she has 15 and 13, didn't have more than 9 in any game prior to that. This one goes out of play and will stay in the direction of the Panthers early on. There is Brooke Wyckoff in her 5th season, 4th consecutive as the Florida State head coach. 85 career wins for her, spent some time in the WNBA after her collegiate career as well. Joined this Florida State team in 2011 and as an assistant coach, and became the head coach in 2022. So a lot of experience within this program for her.
Yeah, it's like she's been there forever. She left her mark as an incredible player on the Seminoles and now taking over as the head coach in her 5th season.
Jahate doing some work on the boards there, but the shot clock runs out for the Panthers. That's going to be a matchup you want to watch down low. Jahate versus these bigs of Florida State. Jahate started the season off very strong, but slowed down a little bit as of late since the start of conference play. Shavers the 3 off the back iron and out, and there is Jahate for the rebound. Johnson quickly moving the other way, and it will go out of play. Will stay in the direction of the Panthers. Something we've seen from them quite a bit this season is that up-tempo offense, trying to get those quick buckets, but sometimes getting a little bit ahead of their skis. Saw it there from Johnson, who loses control, but possession does stay with Pitt. Here's Carla Villegas, the Florida State transfer, played under Coach Wyckoff with the Seminoles just a year ago, and she gets the first bucket against her former team.
And I'm sure she's thankful and grateful for that bucket. That's got to be an emotional game for her tonight. As you just mentioned, she was a Seminoles player just as of last season.
Bonner trying to pitch it back outside, finds the hands of Shavers, who drives again and is fouled by Johnson. A little bit under 8.5 to go in this first quarter, and both teams kind of forcing the issue down low. You see this basket from Villegas.
Yeah, and that's not typically what Villegas does, is get inside into the paint there. She's typically shooting it from beyond the arc, but a nice bucket for her early on.
7 games this season for Villegas with 3 shots made from beyond the arc. .14 on the shot clock for the Seminoles. Wrist driving, that one deflected on the way to the basket, and Pitt will take over. Just over 8 to play. Trying to find Rust in the paint, can't handle the pass, and it will go out of play. So you see the Panthers trying to operate up-tempo once again, and it goes out of play.
Yeah, and that's just something Teresa Higgins is going to see on film, that she really needs to get a better pass to Lauren Rust, who was out in front, wide open.
Too much space for Bonner. She tries for the reverse and misses on the short-range shot. Higgins in possession with Shavers on her. Teresa Higgins averaging 14.9 points per game over her last 7, shooting over 43% from the field, someone who the Panthers have really relied on to get their offense going. Now 5 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Jahate trying to get something up here before the buzzer, and she's going to get called for the travel, so another early turnover for the Panthers.
And that's 3 to start the game, Zach. That's not what Pitt wants early on, just 2.5 minutes into this basketball game. They really need to take care of the basketball, especially utilizing that shot clock. They have let the shot clock run on 2 different occasions already early in this basketball game.
It's Kubik in close. She'll get called for the travel, and the Seminoles return the favor. Kubik, one of the many transfers on this team, spent time at Maryland and Towson before coming over here to Tallahassee. 2-2 ball game. A
wealth of experience Kubik brings to the Seminoles team.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Wyckoff about it. This is a team full of transfers. So many moving pieces in the offseason for this squad. almost everyone critical on the team coming in from another place. And there you see Williams coming on, one of these other transfers we talk about being at Texas Tech, her first 2 years of her collegiate career.
So what did we talk about? It only took a little under 3 minutes before she stepped foot on the court.
Speaking of transfers, Michaela Johnson from the free throw line, the transfer from Colorado, nails her first. There you see Williams, 15 in red, on the court for the Seminoles and in possession for Florida State after the 2 free throws made by Johnson. Pitches to the corner. Bonner thought about it. Goes back to the other side with Williams, and Soleil Williams goes in and out. The way she's been shooting, I bet she thought that was going down, but not quite from her on her first field goal attempt of the night.
It's a good looking shot though for her. Hagens needs to understand she has to close out a little bit quicker on her.
Jahate on Kubek. Hagens tries a 3. Misses short. A little bit of a slow start offensively for both of these teams. Florida State missed their last 4 field goal attempts after making their first attempt of the night. Williams, the pull-up jumper, and that one is rejected by Jahate.
Wow, her length. 2 in a row.
Jahate again doing some work defensively.
Jahate using her length and her athleticism. Florida State guards Soleil Williams. And then Shavers back-to-back, 2 huge blocks for Jahate.
Williams on the inbound. Back to Bonner, she hits. First 3-point field goal for either side comes from Bonner in Florida State, who has all 5 of the Seminoles' points.
Yeah, and that was just great movement by Bonner on the 3-point line. She saw Villegas turn her head for a second, and she spaces out and gets a wide open look because of it.
Villegas misses the 3 after getting just enough room to get that shot off, but not close there on Pitt's third 3-point field goal attempt of the night. Williams with Hagens tightly on her. Kubek back to Soleil Williams. Bonner the drive, contested shot. That time Jahate once again forcing the issue, but Florida State gets the offensive rebound and they make Pitt pay. It's Bulls from deep.
Yeah, and this is something that Pitt really has to get control of early on with 2 early threes for the Florida State Seminoles. They shoot it really well from beyond the arc.
Bowles, one of the players coming over with Soleil Williams from Texas Tech in the offseason. And she'll try it again and hit.
And again, Zach, 3 early threes early on for this Florida State team. They are second in the ACC for threes made per game at a little bit over 8.
And after a slow start offensively, Hagens responds there to snap a 9-0 Florida State run.
And if you want somebody to do it, it has been Teresa Hagens as of late for the Pitt Panthers.
Another corner 3 in and out from Green. Hagens the rebound, pushing quickly the other way, loses control on the drive to the hole, but finds control of it again and misses the open layup. Russ there to clean it up, but she misses too, so some issues in close for the Panthers.
Yeah,
and she does not have any of those 3-point field goals so far. But Florida State been effective from beyond the arc nonetheless. A little bit over 4 minutes to play here at the Peterson Event Center. Zach Gibney, Brianna O'Rourke-Kelly. Glad you're with us here on a Thursday night in Pittsburgh as Rust goes to the hole and misses another shot from in close. Something the Panthers have happened a couple times in the first 6 minutes of play.
Yeah, and just a 5-point difference in this basketball game, but those 2 buckets, it changes the dynamic of this game now as Soleil Williams gets a tough bucket to fall.
What a shot from Williams. Falling back, able to get that one to go. She ended pretty much past the baseline as Villegas tries to respond with a 3. She misses and is 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Pitt, one of their last 9 from the field as Williams goes to work again. Bulls in the corner, and she is red hot from deep. 3 for 3 for her from beyond the arc. 14-2 run for Florida State.
Incredible, Zach, and Coach Verdi is very unhappy with that as that makes him call a timeout because of it. 16-6, 10-point lead for the Florida State Seminoles.
Lead for the Seminoles, Sydney Bowles with 9 points herself. Hadn't had more than 6 of any of her last 4 games. She's already got 9 in just over 6 minutes of play. For the Seminoles, that's a big reason why they're in the 16-6 lead. 14-2 run over the last 3 minutes or so as well. Bowles leading the way for this Florida State offense.
Yeah, and really what's interesting too, Zach, I know it's early on in the game, but she just shoots 27% from beyond the arc. That is probably not even one of their shooters that they had circled in the scouting report.
One of the 3-point shooters they did have circled. Emma Risch gets the ball on the block and misses again from in close. So Pitt trying to put the brakes on this newfound momentum for this Florida State team. 6 for 16 so far for them from the field. Pitt just 2 for 13, shooting 15%.
Yeah, really, and a lot of subs early on in this game is Tori Verdi sending new faces in, trying to get some routine, some system going here with just 6 points in 7 minutes.
Lafau in for the Panthers, number 10 in white, the freshman from France, coming in for Jahate down low. Seminoles trying to extend this 14-2 scoring run, and a 3-pointer from the corner right where Bowles hit a couple of them is missed that time by Risch. And the Panthers able to go the other way with it with Quealy. Mia Jenkins along the baseline. 3 from Johnson off the mark. Lafau the rebound. Nice job by her to get the offensive board, and another shot missed from in close by Jenkins. The Panthers have missed a few open shots from close inside.
Yeah, these bunnies inside the paint, Zach, really changed the dynamic of this basketball game. Can the Pitt Panthers get it together in this transition?
Johnson and Lafau moving the other way. Johnson hits the floor hard after making the basket.
No celebration for her there, but it was an and one. Earns herself a spot at the charity stripe, but that was a hard fall. You heard it from over here, but she likes to get out in this transition, especially on that left side of the court. She goes down hard. As you see, Bowles in there, fouls her pretty good. But she is staying out there on the floor to get that free throw in.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we got these headphones on here courtside, but we heard that one pretty clearly. Good to see Johnson stay in the game and try and complete this 3-point play, which she cannot, as Davis pulls down the rebound. Williams working quickly with that left hand, like you mentioned in the open, Brienne. Loves to work with that left side. But the Pitt defense doing a good job against her, and Jenkins scores in transition.
Yeah, and that's a good spot to see Pitt in right now. 2 great back-to-back transition buckets for them. That is something that they're going to need to do to stay in this basketball game, is earn stops on the defensive end and then get themselves out in transition to score easy ones.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that first attempt from Florida State, Bowles had a lot of room from 3 on the outside. 3 for 3 going into that, or sorry, 3 for 4 from deep going into that. She misses the open 3, and Pitt able to catch a break and try and cut this deficit even more. Cross-court pass, Johnson, the open 3, and she hits. That deficit down to just 3 now for the Panthers.
Yeah, nice little run for the Pitt Panthers right now. 7-0 run over the last minute as Florida State has gone cold, going 0 for 7 of their last 7 shots.
How about that? Already 7 field goal attempts for Johnson. That's just the second one to go down, but she's got 7 points, and Pitt's got a little bit of momentum offensively now.
Yeah, you see Jahate inside there. Not only 2, she was triple teamed there. So then, of course, Jada Quealy, she kicks it back out to Jada Quealy, her point guard, and she takes a nice drive down to the baseline and finds her shooter, Michaela Johnson, and that's exactly what she needs to do, is knock down shots like that. As Tori Verdi was telling us, he needs more from MJ, number 23 on the Panthers.
Yeah, really quality pass there from Quealy as well. to find Johnson on the outside. Hagans, who's been pretty quiet early, gives to Jenkins from 3, short iron and out. Hagans, though, gets the rebound after the deflection from Jahate. Johnson tries again from deep, just off the mark again. But Jahate battling for the rebound, and Johnson coming in from the outside. And she's got a chance at a 3-point play.
Talk about a momentum change, Zach. Holy. Credit Pitt Panthers right now. And really, go back to Teresa Hagans right here. You see this extra effort, diving on the floor, diving after loose basketballs, finds her shooter, and Michaela Johnson. She just can't make it, but then the offensive rebound to Jahate and the cutter, Michaela Johnson. That's great team basketball there that I'm sure Tori Verdi is happy with over on the sideline.
He loves to talk about effort. How about Johnson following her shot, too, coming up with the trailer there for Jahate. And she completes the 3-point play to tie the game. A 10-0 run for the Panthers, who have completely flipped the switch in this latter half of the first quarter.
Yeah, back to that possession. Johnson, you just mentioning it after she misses that 3. She is an emotional player, as we've seen all season long, but she misses that 3. Sometimes she might just hang her head, but not there. She made a great cut to the basket and got rewarded because of it.
Shot clock off, wrist tries from deep off the mark, and we will go into the second quarter tied, which is something I don't think anybody thought they'd be saying about 5 minutes ago. Really good run from Pitt, a 10-0 scoring run to end the first quarter of play. We are tied up here at the Peterson Event Center. Run to end the first quarter for the Panthers has them tied up at 16, Brianne.
Yeah, and this really changed the momentum. It was a huge momentum swing for the Pitt Panthers as you see them working really well together. Jada Quealy finding her shooter, and Michaela Johnson, Jahate, just the effort that has swung to Pitt's way. You would have thought they were down and out the way Florida State came out firing beyond the arc, but really fired them up was Tori Verdi in those few timeouts that he had to call early on. And things have been all Pitt Panthers as of late.
Yeah, talking to Coach Tori Verdi during the week, something that he really prided his team on is the fact that they showed effort late in that Boston College win. As you see Michaela Johnson here, averaging 8.3 over her last 3 games, but she's already got 10 so far in this one.
Yeah, and she's a big part of what they do. Every time I'm on a call with him, he is always talking about how they need more from her and how she needs to be consistent for them. Can she be consistent tonight? That might earn a victory for the Pitt Panthers.
10th field goal attempt misses there from Johnson. Yeah, Coach Verdi was talking about it. He said we need 14 to 16 points a night from her as Risch tries from the corner. Uncharacteristically slow start for her from deep. 0 for 6 total from the field. And Coach Verdi, something like we talked about. Michaela Johnson, a critical part of this team. Fatima Jahate, a critical part of this team. And if you get both of them going, the pieces can really start to fall into place for this team offensively.
Yeah, for sure. And then Hagans, you know, he's been big on her. He had some, you know, rocky start to the season, freshman mistakes, learning early on. But that takes time, and she's really come into her own, and I think she's helped change where this Pitt team, the outlook of the season for them.
Offensive foul that time for Michaela Johnson. Hollingsworth off for rust. About 35 seconds into the second quarter, you see the offensive foul here from Michaela Johnson.
Yeah, that replay, I'm not quite sure I like that call either, but the official saw something different than Michaela Johnson did.
Oh, and how about Kubik from deep? Her first field goal attempt of the night is a three-pointer. That's got Florida State back out to a lead. Michaela Johnson, prior to her last 3 games, had been averaging almost 20 points per game over her 3 prior games. Kind of encapsulates her season. Very volatile player. Gets going in these streaks and is trying to finish this game on a strong note for the Panthers, as I believe it was Bonner that time fouled on the way to the hoop.
Yeah, that was a strong take. Nobody steps up and steps right in front of her as she takes it to the basket. Lauren Rust and Hagans were there on the defensive end, but Bonner, just a strong take. If nobody's gonna step in, I'm gonna take it to the bucket, is what she said.
Bonner and Bowles combining for 14 of Florida State's 19 points thus far. Make it 15 of Florida State's 20 now after Bonner nails the front end. First trip to the free throw line for the Seminoles goes very well as Bonner sinks both of them. As Florida State back up to a 5-point lead just under 2 minutes into this second quarter. Rust at the top, giving to Hagans. Teresa Hagans looking for options with a dozen left on the shot clock.
Yeah, and that horn set that the Pitt Panthers just went to, Florida State defended it very nicely, coming off the screens with leaving Pitt no options, but a long, deep 3 by Hagans.
Yeah, not much ball movement offensively there for the Panthers that time as Lauren Rust closes out and gets the block.
Yeah, big time closeout there. Lauren Rust with the block in the corner.
I tell you what, one of the critical battles we were talking about for this Panthers team, if they were going to get a win, is that these bigs with Rust and Jahate holding up defensively against the physicality of this Seminole team, and they have done very well so far from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah,
and there they are again with the rebound.
For sure, their defensive effort really has stepped up a notch, especially after those first 3-4 minutes when Florida State was knocking down those threes.
Johnson driving into trouble and a bad turnover that time, going with Tatum Green the other way, working on Rust, who slips and falls and will be called for the foul.
Yeah, that was great defense by Florida State as a whole, but especially Tatum Green. As you see here, this on-ball screen by Jahate. 4 Florida State Seminoles inside the paint. Michaela Johnson has nowhere to go. Credit Tatum Green for stepping in there. Shoulder to shoulder. There is nowhere to go as Michaela Johnson just turns the basketball over.
Yeah, Johnson caught trying to do a little bit too much as Green to the line hits her first free throw of 2. Tatum Green, a 74% free throw shooter on the season, misses the second. Green coming in playing well, 8 rebounds and 8 points in each of her last 2 games. Entering tonight. Villegas feeds for Jahate. Contact and the bucket.
And that's something that you want to see if you're a Pitt Panther fan right there. They just clear out the backside for Jahate. You see this one-on-one action. Kubik does not win the height advantage there, and she is just buried inside of the paint. There's nothing she can do against the 6'5" Fatih Jahate.
Jahate completes the three-point play, coming in her last 2 games, having 4 total points. Trying to get her going offensively. She's got 3 after that 3-point play. Green in the corner, both number 13s working on one another. And Soleil Williams pitches back outside to Bonner. Williams thought about the shot with 5 on the clock. Shavers travels. Another turnover. We've seen a few travels from both of these sides. Florida State with their 5th turnover of the night. Just under 7 to play in quarter number 2. Villegas takes the 3 and hits. She will work with any room you give her from the outside.
Yeah, man, that was a good closeout too. You're right, Zach, but she does not need much time to knock down that 3 ball, as you saw right there.
Villegas coming off a game with 9 points, 3 3-point field goals against number 10 Louisville. The offensive rebound going back to the Seminoles. Williams splitting the defenders and pitching outside for Bonner. The 2 is off the mark, and Jahate's got her 7th rebound of the night.
And another defensive stop by the Pitt Panthers. They also just suffocated that paint there. 3-4 players themselves inside the paint, making it tough when their best player, Soleil Williams, gets inside.
Half dozen unanswered for the Panthers, and Higgins misses the layup with the left hand. Florida State's missed their last 4 from the field. Higgins comes away with it. Both teams sloppy at times so far tonight. 22 apiece. Just under halfway through this second quarter. Russ, long 2 goes. Lauren Russ with her first couple points of the night, and the Panthers have their lead back.
Yeah, and that's Lauren Rust's shot right there. That 15 to 17-foot jumper. She loves knocking that down.
Averaging just over 9 points and 9 rebounds over her last 6. And another travel from Green and Florida State.
That 3 back-to-back turnovers, 3 turnovers in the last 2.5 minutes has been a game changer right now for the Florida State Seminoles.
10 points off of 7 Florida State turnovers have the Panthers, who are on an 8-0 scoring run. Trying to close this second quarter strong, just as they did the first. Off-ball foul called, I believe. That's going to be on Treadwell in Florida State. Working on Jahate on the block.
Yeah, Pitt was going back to that one-on-one isolation play for Jahate at the post, on the strong side post there. And they come up with a foul because of it.
Russ cuts on the inbound play and gets a couple more, so 4 quick points for Lauren Russ and a 4-point lead for the Panthers, who have a 10-0 run.
You know, I'm really surprised by that Florida State defensive stance right there on that baseline out of bounds play. It's just a simple back screen the Pitt Panthers are running, but Florida State has been all over their offensive sets. They know this scout inside and out, it looks, but they just fell asleep on that baseline out of bounds for the Pitt Panthers.
Bonner in the corner, gets by Johnson, but can't get by the Pitt interior defense. Few players there to help make that play, and momentum stays on the side of Pitt. Pitt's made 4 of 5 from the field. 2 of those coming from Lauren Russ, who tries the long 2 again, and that one rolls in and out.
Hit every part of the rim except what you needed.
Looked like that one was gonna fall, but no such luck for Lauren Rust. Bonner's got 7. Going to Shavers. Open 3 for Soleil Williams, and she misses in and out again, just as she did earlier from that exact same spot. Bit of a slow start for Williams. 1 for 5 from the floor with just 2 points.
Yeah, not like her, that's for sure, but don't count her out.
Yeah.
Just the first half here. She has a second half to work with.
Hagans misses from the elbow. Florida State's missed their last 6 from the floor. Williams and Hagans, a matchup we've seen all night so far. Green driving. Back ironing out again. Treadwell fighting for the rebound and minutes ago. 3:18 to go as Lauren Russ will take a seat at this stretch run of the second quarter.
Yeah, and this is always an interesting play when you come out of the drought that Florida State has been on, hasn't scored in 4 minutes and 24 seconds. You set up a play coming out after a timeout. What can they do with it?
Shavers misses well long on the shot in close, but Treadwell there to snap this scoring run for the Panthers. Treadwell hadn't scored in her last 3 games, but able to get on the board there and get the first shot made for Florida State in their last 9 attempts.
I'm sure that was something that Brooke Wyckoff was happy about. Now they get a stop. Can they execute again and get another score, back-to-back scores?
Johnson, another turnover on the offensive side for the Panthers. Florida State quickly moving, and how about Treadwell doing some work on the glass and gets 2 more points?
Yeah, she enters this basketball game and makes her presence known with 2 big back-to-back buckets for the Seminoles.
Junior from Knoxville, Tennessee, doing a nice job for Florida State, coming in to try and work Jahate on the blocks, and she's been effective offensively as Shavers moves the other way and knocks that one off the side of the backboard, and looked like Johnson might have caught an elbow up high there.
Johnson taking a couple early hard hits in this basketball game. As you see, Treadwell coming off the bench, making her presence known on that weak side offensive glass. Just textbook right there. And again, on the offensive glass, on the opposite side, just finding great position and just an easy putback. That is always tough to defend, but an easy putback for the offensive player in Treadwell.
Seminoles and Panthers following each other step for step in this game. Kind of a game of ebbs and flows. 16 points aside in the first quarter, 10 so far for each in the second. Hagan swings that one around for Jenkins. Dribbles into some trouble, but finds Villegas as the outlet. The pump fake, then the 3 comes up well short from Carla Villegas. Bowles hits again from deep. She was hot early, but went quiet for a while, and she's got the game lead now with 12 points.
Yeah, and that's a tough, big, good basket for Florida State. There's Villegas, misses the 3 on that end, and then Florida State takes advantage as they're on this 7-0 run right now.
All of Bowles' points have come via the 3-point field goal. Hagans, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, misses. A 7-0 run for the Seminoles that turns into a 9-0 run after Bonner gets a couple. Bonner and Bowles with 21 of 31 for the Seminoles. Jahate misses. Biggs fighting for the rebound, and we've talked about this game being so many momentum shifts for both sides, and the Seminoles have the momentum right now.
Yeah, talk about going on runs. First it was Florida State, then it was Pitt, then it was Florida State again. And now here we are with Florida State on this 9-0 run. What can Pitt do on the defensive side?
4 lead changes already in this ACC contest. 17 and 2/10 to go in this second quarter. 5 on the shot clock for the Seminoles as they'll try and get a quick play here on the inbound. Works the shot for Bowles, who cannot miss from deep. My goodness.
Wow, she's playing incredible right now. 5 for 8 beyond the arc, but then she gets teed up.
Yeah, she got a technical foul there at the end. After the celebration, it looked like.
She must have been a little bit too excited and said something to, let's see here, as you see, just a simple out of bounds play. Oh, celebration, too much celebrating? What's the rule on
I'm not going to be the judge of that.
No,
I am hands off for this one,
can't.
Brianne.
I don't have anything good to say about that. She's just celebrating her shot that she made. She has 5 threes in the first half. I mean, she wasn't saying anything to any player on the Pitt Panthers. I don't like that call.
I'm pleading the fifth. Couple of free throws made there for Villegas.
I mean, hey, I'm all for hustle back and get back on defense and help your team out. But
by the way, just the 5th and 6th free throw attempts for Villegas on the season. Quealy working in, shot clock off, the step back is missed, and that is how the second quarter will end. So a little bit of, as you mentioned, Florida State, kind of the team with all the momentum there at the end of half number 1. Trying to build on that. We'll start in possession here in the second half with a 6-point lead.
yeah, and you see Bowles is out there in the starting lineup to start this second half, and she goes beyond the arc.
So can a heat check 3 apply if the half came between it?
I'm going to say yes.
That felt like what that was there.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. But you know what? I think that was a drawn-up play out of the halftime from Coach Brooke Wyckoff. That just shows the confidence that she has in her players.
It's tough to blame them too much after the first half that Bowles had to try and get her an open look from deep to start the second half. She gets it back again, but swings it back around. Opts to not shoot as Green works through contact, but can't get that one to go. On the other side of things, Pitt, very slow start from deep. 2 for 14 from beyond the arc for them. And how about Hagans? Really nice job there to get the shot up. Double clutching in for her.
Yeah, and I was waiting to see that all game. She's so explosive as you see her there. She just attacks the basket with ease, and she gets in there like no other.
Talked about Soleil Williams for Florida State and Hagans for Pitt to be the 2 effective offensive players for these 2 teams in this game. Hagans on the board there, but just 6 combined points for the 2 of them.
Yeah, she's just so explosive, so fast, getting in the paint. Just has really nice body control, as you see there. Ooh. She goes off 2, outside, inside, goes off 2 feet. Tatum Green comes over, kind of up and under her. What a finish for the freshman.
Deflected on the inbounds play. Shavers. Villegas, though, with the block. Hagans moving quickly. Able to find Hollingsworth. She gets swarmed. Villegas, a lot of room to shoot the 3, and she hits. Carla Villegas, her second 3-point field goal. She's up to 10 points, and Pitt's down to a 1-point deficit.
Yeah, and you knew she wasn't going to stay cold for long. She shot just beyond the arc, 1 for 5 in that first half, but comes up with a big bucket there, starting this second half off right.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, too, Brianne. The second you saw Villegas get the ball with that much room on the outside, you knew where that shot was coming from.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But you see, but this is what offensive rebounds give you. Kickouts for 3, 4 Florida State players crashing the glass, leaves Carla Villegas wide open from beyond the arc.
5-0 scoring run for the Panthers to start this second half. See if they can extend on that. It has been a theme in this game, as we mentioned, those extended scoring runs, but Jahate's pass gets intercepted with Green going the other way. Green is fouled, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, Tatum with a nice bucket, well, excuse me, not bucket, but nice Euro step there in transition to bypass Hagans, and kind of shifts her body weight a little bit in the air because she saw Jahate there with that 6'5" length, and she knows she's a shot blocker, which she gets herself to the free throw line anyways.
Tatum Green, who filled up the box score in Florida State's last game at Miami. 10 points, 3 for 6 from the field, had 2 3-point field goals as well. Also 8 rebounds and 4 steals for Tatum Green in that last contest.
Yeah, and Zach, she's just a sophomore. Nice transfer they got there. Nice addition from Boston College. So she knows the ACC really well. She had a nice tournament, ACC tournament last year for Boston College just as a freshman, and they're looking for her to do big things at Florida State.
Always nice when you get those underclassmen transfers who already play a pivotal role early on in their careers after they come over, and she's going to be a nice piece for them for the next couple of years. Bowles. Bonner thought about the 3. She is fouled on the drive. It's going to go on Hagans. Her first foul of the night.
Yeah, and that's just an easy little, nice little shot fake. She sees Hollingsworth, her top foot. She just attacks her top foot, and then Hollingsworth has to open her entire body up to try and attack the paint, and Bonner has the step on it and gets to the free throw line because of it.
Yeah, don't be surprised to see those Florida State guards attack the paint a little bit more now. Lauren Rust out of the game for the Panthers, 4 fouls for her. So Jahate on a bit of an island on the blocks there in the early part of the second half. Villegas for the Panthers, down 5. After Florida State has pushed back a little bit with 4 consecutive points in the early part of this third quarter. Hagans loses it. Nice steal, working in transition, all around great play from Shavers.
Yeah, Jasmine Shavers on the defense. That's what you call defense lead into your offense. Just great on-ball defense. She's like a glove there, making it really difficult for Hagans. And that's something that Hagans also, just as a freshman, is really going to need to clean up. She just can't be careless with the basketball.
Johnson, another miss from her, now 3 for 13 from the floor. Shavers comes up with it again, and Jasmine Shavers, we talked about Soleil Williams as the primary scorer for them, but Shavers has 18 points or more in 3 of her last 5 games as well, so she's been effective offensively too as Green misses the corner 3. Another run here, 6-0 in favor of the Seminoles. They lead by 7. Jahate off to Johnson with 10 on the shot clock. And she is fouled that time by Bonner.
Yeah, you see here just too much with the basketball there is Teresa Hagans, and then Shavers is right there with cookies, and she goes full court for the easy bucket.
Shavers going coast to coast. Hagans with 2 turnovers to her name. She'll be in possession after the shot clock resets on the foul. Jahate leaving for Hagans. Villegas able to find her way out of that trap. And it will go out of play. Last touch by Hollingsworth. So the Seminoles will take over.
Yeah, Megan Hollingsworth just wasn't in good position trying to make something out of nothing, and knocks it out of bounds because of it.
So after a strong start to the second half for the Panthers, they have gone 3 minutes without a point. Risch driving, finding Davis. Looking for Williams back on the outside with 5 on the shot clock. Davis. Defended by Jahate, but Jahate a little bit too aggressive there, and she'll get the foul.
Yeah, that was nice to see from Panya Davis inside there. Just really nice patience, as you see here. She catches the basketball, makes a nice hard move. And a lot of times you're not seeing pump fakes, post player to post player. I mean, she has an inch. She's 6'6" against Jahate at the 6'5". But she showed really nice patience and drew the foul because of it.
Panya Davis, a very well-traveled human being. Born in Perth, Australia, and then went to New Mexico Junior College before transferring to Florida State, where she has found some success. 2 double-doubles for her on the year, and she misses the free throws.
Yeah, she was the #1 rated JUCO player in this class this year.
Had a game earlier this season against South Carolina State with 14 points and 16 rebounds. Hollingsworth passes that one off the back of the backboard. And another turnover for the Panthers.
And a couple tough back-to-back plays for freshman Megan Hollingsworth. Gets her the sub as Audrey Biggs steps on the floor for her.
Yeah, Pitt looking for answers at that 4 spot after Lauren Rust got into foul trouble. Risch off the mark from deep. Davis, the offensive rebound. She can't put it back up and in a fight for the ball. Leads to a jump. Yeah, by no means is that going to be someone that Pitt wants to take their eye off down the stretch. In this 7-point deficit, she can burn you quick.
Yeah, for sure, and I love to see it right now. Soleil Williams picking up full court against Teresa Higgins.
I mean, we saw her down there with 1:30 left in the commercial break, waiting for play to resume. Here's Audrey Biggs dumping back down for Jahate. Biggs tries the three, hesitated a little bit there and got it blocked. But Johnson able to clean up the rebound, so a very broken-looking play there for the Panthers ends in 2 points.
Yeah, Johnson has been all over the floor, making a lot of hustle plays for the Panthers.
Williams turns it over. Johnson and Villegas 2-on-1 going the other way. Villegas, corner three off the mark. Good find there by Johnson, moving quickly, but was able to find the outlet in transition, and Villegas comes up just short on the shot.
Yeah, and if you're a coach, you want that play back.
Yeah.
You know Carla Villegas is a knockdown three-point shooter, but that's a 2-on-1. In college, you have to score the basketball. Michaela Johnson needs to make a better decision.
Some hard work by Panya Davis. Missed her first couple attempts, but third time's a charm, and she picks up a couple points. Biggs with green on her. Panthers going back to that right side there. As the whistle blows, and we'll get a stoppage here. Couldn't tell if Davis was hurt for a second, but looks like she's just tying her shoe as Green will check out for the Seminoles. Gotta double knot your shoes. Higgins to inbound for Pitt. Jahate, a lot of defenders around her, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know if she just knew she was making that play, premeditated play, that she was gonna make that move inside there, but she turns away from where the double team was sent, and that was huge for Jahate because Florida State has been crowding her all night long.
And there she is, Soleil Williams. Her first three-point field goal of the night.
Did we call her out, Zach? Did she hear us over here talking about her? Can't let her get hot here in the second half if you're the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah, got to put the brakes on that now. Higgins, some room up top, and she answers with a three.
She says, I can do it too, Soleil. That was a nice read. Soleil Williams goes under that ball screen, and Teresa Higgins just stops on a dime and knocks it down.
Williams around and out. Going hard into the bench that time was Risch. Unable to save that one.
And you see here, I said double team, really, it was a triple team. And you see, they send that first double team baseline and she spins away from it to the middle. And then you see Soleil Williams, just too much time. And Carla Villegas knows that. She is a three-point shooter. She knows she needs to be closer to Soleil Williams.
Biggs, nice pass for Johnson, bobbled the pass, still puts up the three and hits. Pitt back within two.
Yeah, that's big, Zach. You said it. She fumbled that pass, but still had the confidence not only to knock it down, but just still to take the shot.
6-0 run for the Panthers. 15 points for Johnson. Bowles from the elbow rattles it in. First shot that's gone down for her that isn't a three. She's up to 17.
I was going to say, Zach, she can shoot it inside the three, too. But that was a good bucket for Florida State because you saw Pitt Panthers have changed their defense and have gone to a zone defense these last few possessions.
Jahate will go back to the line as we take a look at this three again from Johnson.
Yeah, it was a nice skip pass. She just fumbles it, as we mentioned, but she had her eyes on the rim. She knew she was going to shoot it. That's just a confidence booster right there. And then you see Jahate attacking Kubek inside. Kubek doesn't like the call, as you see her reaction there, but can Jahate come alive here in this third quarter?
Going
down
back,
the stretch, excuse me, of this third quarter.
Talked about her being a critical factor in this offensive play for the Panthers. Going back to that Johnson 3-2, let's give a little love to that apple from Audrey Biggs coming from the cross court. Really nice pass there to set up the three from Johnson. And Pitt is just like that, back within two. Foul called, and Tori Verdi is not happy about it. Immediately going to the bench there as Quealy goes to the scorer's table. It's going to be Higgins for her second foul. And she might get an earful headed back to the bench here.
Yeah, and I'm not only sure that she's being subbed out.
Or excuse me. Oh, wow. So they're going to call a technical foul.
Yeah, I think so.
Not really sure what happened there. Something must have happened at the end of the play with Higgins.
Yeah, to my point, I feel like she was mouthing off either to the official or to her coach when he had that reaction to her fouling. Just, you know, an error on the defensive side of the basketball. You have a good defensive set, you change up your defense, and then you let them off the hook with a foul that's 40 feet from the basket.
Yeah, so for clarification there, the common foul and the tech will both go on Higgins. And that's a quick way to stop the momentum if you're the Panthers. Second technical foul we've seen in the game, one for each side, as Bowles stretches that lead from the free throw line.
Yeah, you see it there. She definitely, these officials are quick tonight to give those tees, but Teresa Hagan just very unhappy with the call there. She did, just the replay you see, she did have two hands on the ball handler, and that is in the rule book. That's an automatic foul from the officials.
And how about Sydney Bowles? Making them from deep and then makes all 4 free throw attempts.
She's having a night
Doing a little bit of everything. 21 points for her, 5 rebounds. Just an all-around great game for her. Kubik, what a pass to the outside. Shavers the open 3 off the mark. Pitt working in transition. Johnson steps back. The 3 is in and out. That would have been a big one there for the Panthers, who are all of a sudden down 6 after the 4 free throws.
Yeah, Michaela Johnson felt it herself. Just couldn't knock it down.
Shavers Rish, who still can't buy a bucket.
Yeah, Rish is having a tough night.
0 for 8 now for her.
Yeah, the best three-point shooter in the ACC, and she is 0 for 5, 0 for from the beyond the arc, and 0 for 8 from the field.
Biggs driving, another nice pass outside for her to Johnson. In and out again for Michaela Johnson. Biggs showing some really good court vision in her time in for Lauren Rust. Under 30 to go here in this third quarter of play. Bonner right to the basket. 8-point lead now for the Seminoles. Shot clock off for the Panthers. Snowy. That's kind of what they got as they arrived here in Pittsburgh, but hasn't affected them. 8-point lead here at the end of the third quarter. Back and forth contest here at the Peterson Event Center as we work inside of 20 seconds here in quarter number 3. Quilly to inbound. Be big for the Panthers to get on the board here, and oh my goodness, they turn it over again. Bonner fouled going the other way. I believe that will be on Biggs. Waiting for the official call here, though, and it looks like it will be, but excuse me, that might have just hit out of bounds. No foul to be called there, but it does go out of play, and Florida State remains in possession. Shot clock off for them now inside of 10 seconds in the third. Bonner trying to get inside on Quealy. How about Bowles again at the end of the third quarter?
Why not, Zach? She watched her reaction there, though, but why not? I was just going to say, at this point, 10 seconds left in the game clock, you get something going to the basket, but when you have Sydney Bowles on your side, shooting the way she is.
Largest lead of the night at 11. Pitt trying to put the brakes on it before it gets too late. As we said before, this has been a game of runs, so can't really count anybody out quite yet. Inbound goes to Kubik, and she misses thanks to the strong interior defending of the Panthers. I tell you what, Jahate has held her own on the inside so far tonight. 11 rebounds for her. A few blocks mixed in there as well. Strong game defensively for 21 in white.
Yeah, you're right, and especially the way that Florida State has been defending her all night long. Each and every time she touches the basketball, they have not only 2, 3, but they have 4 players inside there.
Jump ball possession arrow goes the way of the Panthers thanks to the strong effort there from Johnson to get back inside. Villegas missed the 3. Would have been a big shot for the Panthers, but unable to connect from deep. Quealy looking for options, finds Villegas again. Quickly closed out from Bowles. Villegas going to the left hand. Don't see that a ton from her, but a really nice looking hook shot there from Carla Villegas.
Yeah, and I remember us saying that the very first play of the game, Carla Villegas scored a bucket to get the Panthers on the board first by attacking the rim. Don't count her out when she gets inside that paint.
Shavers spinning and shooting off the mark.
And Pitt gets something going. You got to start with a stop, and that's just what they did. They started with a stop after that bucket. Now can they execute on the offensive end? They don't have to take long shots right now, just getting something to the rim, something easy, and that is not easy, a turnover.
Jahate pressured inside, was looking for Villegas to potentially get a pass to her. She had some room on the outside. Davis misses from in close again. Pitches back to Bonner, and she misses from deep. Florida State having some trouble getting one to fall here in the fourth quarter. Pitt within 9. 9 for 31 from deep for Florida State. Pitt no shortage of attempts themselves with 23, with only 5 having connected. 5 on the shot clock for Quealy. Pass goes to Biggs on the outside, in and out from the corner again. Quealy put in some effort, but she's called for the foul.
And that's a heads-up play by the freshman point guard in Jada Quealy. She just attacks Panya Davis inside there, as you see Villegas getting to the bucket. Nice use of the left hand off the glass, kiss off the glass for Villegas.
So excuse me, the foul's gonna go on Davis and possession will stay with the Panthers. So a great play from Quealy to get the Panthers the ball back. Russ back into the game with 4 fouls. Quealy from the outside and she hits. 2-possession ball game in Pittsburgh.
Jada Quealy knocking it down from beyond the arc, and that is not typically what you see. Switch her, flop her and Villegas. She is typically the one shooting the basketball inside the paint, as she just shoots it from 22% from beyond the arc.
A rare miss from Bowles from the outside, as the foul will go on Treadwell and the Panthers get the ball back. So 5 consecutive points for the Panthers, largely due to number 5.
Yeah, and you see that. Tatum Green just completely left Jada Quealy to go help on the drive. And she leaves her wide open, and Quealy's like, thank you, I'm gonna knock this down.
A well-deserved 3 points for Quealy too, because she forced the turnover to keep the Panthers in possession. Ball loose inside. Villegas, the deep 3, finds the back iron and sneaks in. Looked like a dead ball off the back of the rim, but the Panthers are within 3.
Wow, don't count them out, Zach. And Brooke Wyckoff, head coach of Florida State, is not happy with her team right now and calls the timeout to stop this Pitt Panther run.
So after the 9-0 run to end the third quarter for Florida State, Pitt answers with an 8-point run to start the fourth quarter.
Oh, wow, Pitt is not giving it up to take a 3-point deficit down the stretch of this fourth quarter. We have ourselves a basketball game. Do you see here?
Look at this bounce.
Wow.
Just sat there on the rim.
Incredible, Zach.
Sometimes when it's going your way, it's really going your way. From the logo as well.
Yeah, and Johnson and Jahate make something out of nothing there. Find her knockdown 3-point shooter, and she hits a big one for the Pitt Panthers.
Johnson and Villegas with 15 apiece to lead the way for the Panthers. Bowles with those 24 still. For Florida State, had that missed 3 just before the Panthers went on that little outburst there to cut that deficit down to 3 again. Florida State led by 11 at the start of the fourth quarter. Both teams looking to work their way back up into this middle part of the ACC standings. Florida State having played some really good games against some quality competition. Feels like they deserve a result at some point coming here. But the Panthers doing everything they can to defend their home court.
And then here you see again, like they tried in that third quarter, switching up that defense again, showing that three-quarter court press, see if they can do something. But Florida State connects after that, I'm sure, fired-up timeout by Brooke Wyckoff.
Treadwell playing a really good game. 6 points in 6 minutes for her. Hadn't scored in her last few games prior to this, and Johnson answers on the other end.
Yeah, and that's a great pass by Lauren Rush. Just that AI cut by Michaela Johnson over that two pit post players at those elbows there, and creates a wide open bucket for Michaela Johnson.
Ball's driving, she is fouled by Johnson. That'll be her third with a little under 6.5 to play. Johnson's got 17. She has heated up as of late for the Panthers. Seven points for her in the second half, 3 for 7 shooting. Florida State will inbound here with 6:24 to play and a 3-point lead. Bowles getting a little maintenance on her headband there. She will get the inbound. Working on Villegas. Soleil Williams thought about the shot. Back to Green. Bowles driving, and she fumbles it away. Johnson working with speed. Quealy on her outside. Nice pass back to Johnson, who finds 2 more.
And again, making the little plays. That was all Michaela Johnson, digging down on that defensive end there to get that turnover, get that steal, get out in transition. She makes a nice pass ahead to Jada Quealy, who's just a little give and go. They didn't even have the advantage.
Oh, and some words being exchanged between Johnson and Bonner, it looked like.
Yeah, as you see a little scuffle there.
How about this second half that Jada Quealy's having as well? 3 assists for her, was a big part of that last bucket from Johnson. Doing all the little things right for the Panthers. As you see the little argument here between Bonner and Johnson. See a little bit of a shove there from Bonner.
Yeah, a little shoulder bump.
Johnson didn't look like she said anything in that exchange there, but a little bit of chippiness down the stretch here between 2 ACC rivals.
And you love to see it. Both of these teams are playing their hearts out right now. Both want to win this game, and you're in the heat of the moment. Sometimes your emotions get the best of you, and right there they both did. And I think hopefully there's no technicals out of this. I think they can let this one go. Just 2 players playing hard and just being full of emotions down the stretch when they're both really trying to get this win. Florida State still trying to get that first win in the ACC, and this is what it looks like for them. They are clawing back. They are doing everything they can to get this win.
So Johnson will be called for the common foul. Some big changes coming here for Florida State as well, as Bonner, Bowles, and Treadwell will take a seat for the time being. Officials still kind of explaining this to both sides, but the only foul will be on Johnson, who picks up her 4th. A little bit confused by that. It looked like both sides were kind of going at it in the exchange there, but potentially we didn't see everything, but it looked like. So Pitt will appeal the foul as well. So a lot of things going on here in this 4th quarter of play. 12-2 advantage for Pitt in this 4th quarter as well, as we'll take another look to see exactly what happened there.
Yeah, and they want more from this, I guess, here.
Yeah, I don't see that on Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly Bonner making the initial contact, as you see here. Right here is a good look. She intentionally goes towards her. It looks, I mean, really, Johnson doesn't even hit back at her.
Yeah, tough to tell what the exact intentions that were there from both sides. But
and then you see the words exchanged afterwards. I'm not even quite sure Michaela Johnson said anything, but
Yeah.
Bonner certainly did. So I think that's why Coach Tori Verdi appealed the initial call by the officials.
You can't say these teams don't care about this result here tonight.
Absolutely.
Hard-fought battles put in by both the Seminoles and the Panthers, trying to work inside this last 6 minutes and get a result for their team in ACC play. Officials still kind of conferencing about this foul from Johnson.
And you love to see it. This is ACC basketball, Zach. The competitiveness, the fire. This is what basketball is made of right here.
There have been several times in this game where we thought each team was going to kind of pull away for a second. The most recent being that 11-point lead from Florida State, which has since been cut to 1, thanks to a tremendous fourth quarter from the Panthers, who have made their last 4 from the field. And will try and maintain some momentum after this lengthy stoppage in play after the scuffle.
Yeah, I guess the only thing right now with this lengthy timeout that you just mentioned, Zach, is the players are catching their wind right now, right? There's no reason that they can't give it their all this last 5 minutes and 45 seconds. They got more than, this is like another halftime for these players.
Yeah. Also should note, if Pitt is unsuccessful on the appeal, they will lose a timeout, which may seem like a little bit of a side note, but significant down the stretch. Still 5:45 to play, and it would leave Pitt with just 1 timeout.
Yeah, which could be huge.
So a big ruling either way this goes here, as the officials still talk about this one. Not to mention Johnson being on her 4th foul as well. She's got 19 points, so you don't want to have to take her out of the game yet. Just a lot of moving pieces in this discussion with the officials. Johnson, the team leader for Pitt, with her 19 as well. Villegas second with 15.
Right, and you hope whatever the call is that both of these teams just get back to playing hard-nosed basketball like they have been in this 4th quarter. Because they're really putting on a show right now.
We'll get a coaches meeting. We unfortunately cannot hear what is being said in the coaches meeting, but we'll get words soon enough, and might be able to tell by one of these coaches' reactions here which way the call is going to go.
Yeah, officials Tiffany Bird and Bruce Morris explaining to Coach Tori Verdi and Brooke Wyckoff what the call is, as we're still waiting.
Yeah, Tori Verdi's still having words with one of the officials as we'll get the call.
The activity after the common foul did not rise to the level of a flagrant one.
So you heard the referees, there are no flagrant on the play. The common foul will stand. And we'll play on.
Yeah, no upgrade, and the fans weren't happy with that, as you heard some boos from those in attendance tonight.
So Bonner will get a couple attempts from the free throw line. And she drills them both. A couple of really big free throws there for the Seminoles to extend that lead.
Yeah, huge free throws, Zach, too, especially with who they were trying to call it on Bonner. That was kind of a statement from her as she heads to the bench.
Yeah, how about the Seminoles, too? 13 for 16 from the charity stripe tonight. You're going to want to circle that if they get the result here tonight.
Yeah, very efficient.
Rust in the corner, giving to Quealy, swinging around for Johnson with 5.5 to play. Quealy, the hesitation, and she's fouled on her way. I believe that's going to go on Green.
Yeah, and just a side note for the Pitt Panthers, you haven't seen Teresa Higgins at all in this 4th quarter ever since she got that foul and technical down the stretch of that 3rd quarter. Will we see her to end this 4th quarter, as she has been a big part of what Pitt has been doing?
And Soleil Williams is going to get the foul, looks like there. Last one went on Shavers, excuse me, not on Green, as you see Higgins taking a seat there. So a couple quick fouls picked up by Florida State could come in handy down the stretch for the Panthers. Open shot from the elbow for Johnson. She can't hit. Quealy fighting for the rebound, but Williams comes away with it.
Yeah, Pitt really executed that baseline out of bounds play very nicely. Michaela Johnson's not going to get a better wide open look than that.
Risch from deep, and she misses again. Not her day.
I just cannot find the bottom of the net is Emma Risch.
Pitt's made 4 of their last 5. That only miss coming on that last shot from Johnson. Still a 3-point game. Rust on 4 fouls.
Yeah, and can Rust be an effective member of the Pitt Panthers down the stretch of this basketball game? As you mentioned earlier, she was in foul trouble with those 4 fouls.
3 very quick fouls for the Seminoles.
Can she make an impact?
Yeah, a big part of her game is her ability to rebound and be physical on the boards, and might be limited by those 4 fouls there. Johnson also on 4 for the Panthers, as we mentioned. Rust hits from the free throw line. Lauren Rust, extremely efficient from the charity stripe. 6 points for her, but that doesn't state her total value that she's played to this Panthers team, which is now within 1.
Oh, she always does more for this team than what the stat line says.
Bowles missed her last few attempts from deep now.
She must be hearing us talking about her over here, Zach, as she gets a huge rebound for the Pitt Panthers.
Quealy, who has played a really good second half. Jahate leading for her. Villegas, who will shoot with any room on the outside, gets very little there, and the fadeaway jumper misses everything.
Yeah, and down the stretch, just 4 minutes left in the basketball game. They really need to, both ends, Florida State and Pittsburgh, both need to value their possessions and take really good shots, and that just wasn't a good look for the Pitt Panthers.
Wasn't a good look there for Soleil Williams either. Contested layup misses. Just over 3.5 to play in Pittsburgh. Villegas to Quealy. Jahate doubled again, finds the outlet in Johnson, and she misses the 3. Another big shot missed there from Michaela Johnson, who is now over 20 attempts from the field. 7 for 21, 19 points for her.
Yeah, and that would have been huge if she knocked that down, because Jahate noticed the double team. She heard her coach screaming it from the sideline, double team. And she's been doing a really nice job. Credit Jahate. She's been doing a really nice job with dealing with the double teams, triple teams, sending 4 players at her at once.
Points at a premium now in this 4th quarter. Neither team having scored in 2.5 minutes. Still a 1-point lead for the Seminoles, in possession with Bonner at the top. Rust on her, 14 on the shot clock. Shavers holding. Back to Bonner. Shavers thought about the 3, takes it from the free throw line, and a big chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, and that's Michaela Johnson's 5th foul. That was huge for Florida State. With just a little under 3 minutes left here, you see Jasmine Shavers, just an easy shot fake, 1 dribble, pull up. That's easy money for her, but then Michaela Johnson is just late. You just gotta let her go at that point. That needs to be a veteran moment there. She needs to know to let her go. The officials are gonna call it. She hit her, barely hit her, but she hit her on the arm.
On the offensive board, goes back to the Seminoles. They missed the 3-point play, but they get the ball back with just over 2.5 to play. Johnson's 19 takes a seat for the rest of the night. 7 on the shot clock. It's still Bonner at the top. Outside. Bowles thought about it, waited too long, and it's waved off.
Yeah, and again, just like we saw at the end of that second half, that play was designed for their 3-point shooter in Sydney Bowles. Just that screen the screener for that flare for 3. And Sydney Bowles, she takes that shot fake, but she just takes too much time and doesn't get it off before the shot clock.
So that miss on the 3-point play and the missed chance on the second possession, really big right now. Still a 1-possession game as Jahate is fouled again, forcing the issue down low in the second half.
And Zach, I really would like to see this over again, because I feel like this is one of the only times all night that Jahate had a one-on-one against Kubek inside. There's nobody. It might be the first time all night that she saw this kind of defense.
That was a very rare sight to see. Usually
right, and that was a hard
swarming.
foul because of it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Panthers score their first point in 2:18 with the free throw from Jahate, trying to convert on this second to make it a 1-point game. And she does. Got a good final 2 minutes coming your way from Pittsburgh.
And with the way they're defending her, Jahate still nearing that double-double with 9 points and 15 rebounds.
Soleil Williams, Bonner, Villegas on her. Bonner with speed to the hole. She's fouled and she's got the bucket. That's gonna go on Jahate.
And one sense of Maya Bonner. Just nice little hesitation. Lauren Russ steps in there, slides in there, maybe a bit too late. What a take by Amaya Bonner.
Amaya Bonner playing her best basketball of the season. Mentioned averaging 14 points over her 2 prior games. Hadn't scored more than 9 prior to that all season long. And she's got 18 now tonight after the free throw.
Man, it has been the Bulls and Bonner show all night long for the Florida State Seminoles.
Absolutely. Career high in points for Bonner as well with 18.
Maybe that was her celebration there. She knew it was a career high for her.
Yeah. Quealy cross court. Pass from Biggs is deflected and it's going the other way. Another turnover for the Panthers. Shavers is going to try and slow things down for Florida State. Inside a minute and a half to play.
And I'm going to say it again, but no Teresa Higgins at all in this fourth quarter. And Tori Verdi just trying to find an answer down the stretch, but clearly he is unhappy with Teresa Higgins and does not want to give her another opportunity because she has 3 fouls, but it sounds like she fouled out of the basketball game. She just sitting down on that bench the entire fourth quarter.
Amia Jenkins will come in for Pitt as Biggs heads to the bench. Lead up to 5 for Florida State. Bonner misses the second end. Quilly and the Panthers got to hurry things up here. Just over a minute to play in the fourth quarter. Rust looking for Jenkins. Moves in with the left hand through contact, and they're going to get the blocking foul, so Jenkins will get a couple chances from the line.
And that was a great take by Jenkins. They needed something quick. Maybe it wasn't quick enough, but they definitely needed something to the basket there. I don't think Kubek liked that call,
Yeah,
Ali
that was a
Kubek on
close
Florida
one.
State, but Jenkins knocks down the first.
Panthers will absolutely take it, but Kubik's got a bone to pick there, and rightfully so. 1:04 to play. Jenkins comes off the bench and makes a couple huge free throws. Back to a 1-possession game with a minute to play.
Yeah, now if you're Florida State in this possession right here, under a minute, 20 seconds on the shot clock, they need to utilize that entire length of the shot clock and getting something going towards the rim. So if they don't finish the basket, they can at least be there for an offensive rebound.
Both teams absolutely fantastic from the free throw line tonight. Off the mark on the 3, last touch coming from Pitt.
And they don't attack the basket with that dribble drive, but they get Shavers from beyond the arc. And fortunate enough, the Seminoles get the basketball out of bounds with the clock to their advantage. 34 seconds on the game clock and 20 seconds on that shot clock, as you see the replay here.
Yeah, we'll take another look. It was Quealy and Kubik going up for it. And you see the fingertips of Quealy, the last thing.
What a call by the official here.
Yeah, really good call.
I mean, that's tough to see on film. You can see it, but that's a tough call to make on the spot.
Pitt trying to reset defensively, still down just 3, but need a huge stop here to try and keep this a 1-possession game. It'll be Bonner to inbound.
And Pitt does not have to foul right now. They just need to get a stop.
17 on the shot clock after the reset. Bonner with Quealy on her.
So they're waiting to go at that 8-second.
Villegas one-on-one. Bonner getting to the basket. With 17.9 to play, she hits a big one from in close to bring the lead up to 5.
Yeah, that was a huge take by Bonner. She just had confidence written all over her with the celebration that she's given with her teammates right now, and rightfully so. That was a tremendous take by her. Just that horn set that they've been going at, they've been attacking, you see at the top. Well, you don't see on the replay here. But just what a take, just easy to the bucket. Easy money for Bonner against Carla Villegas on the inside there.
We've talked about Bowles' 24, but how about Bonner? Her 21 as well, 6 for 12 from the field, and 12 of those coming in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, her play down the stretch has just been so impressive. I think that foul against Michaela Johnson, that little, play there got her emotional down this stretch. She has just taken over the basketball game, just attacking to the hoop, right, left. So smooth finishing inside the paint.
Bonner with 8 of Florida State's 12 points in this fourth quarter. Mentioned that career high for her earlier as well. She's up to 21 now, and a big part of why Florida State is on the verge of their first ACC win of the season. Really good game here tonight in Pittsburgh. Pitt still battling on their last breath with 17.9 to play. And with Michaela Johnson out of the game, you got to think number 8 in white's going to be getting the ball here at some point.
I mean, you would think so. Down 5, I mean, you're fouling, obviously, after a make or miss at this point. But did they go to her immediately right away for a 3? Because regardless of what happens now, they're going to need a 3 next possession.
Quealy with 17 to play. Panthers have got to move. Not a lot of options up top. Still passing it around. Jenkins going to the bucket, and she's fouled. So with 8.4 to play.
Well, that was smart by Jenkins, because Florida State just heads up on the defensive end, just crowding that 3-point line, not letting anybody, let alone Carla Villegas, getting a 3 off. But Jenkins just attacks there. Florida State trying not to foul. But she's fortunate enough to get herself to the free throw line as Amia Jenkins.
Pitt needs these. Gets the first of 2.
Yeah, you make this here, you got to extend your pressure, and you have to foul immediately if you don't get that initial steal.
Jenkins does her job. How about Pitt? 16 for 17 from the free throw line tonight. Taking advantage of the points where they can get them. Now they're going to need a big stop here.
Yeah, but
with 8.4 to play.
Then that timeout, and they can advance the basketball. So without that dribble, that first initial dribble, they can advance it to the front court, which helps them out tremendously. Just with 8 seconds, as you see, associate head coach over there set and drawing up a play for Florida State. Let's see if they can execute with 8 seconds, or can Pitt get a foul right away to try and get Florida State to miss some free throws and give them an opportunity on the offensive end.
This is the game right here. 8.4 to play, shot clock off for the Seminoles. Bowles to inbound. They get it to Bonner. She is fouled immediately. Nice job there by Villegas, doing her job. Only a second comes off the clock, and Florida State will go to the line to try and close this one out.
And we've been talking about Bonner, especially in this fourth quarter, down these last 3, 4, 5 minutes. She's been playing tremendous. The 73% free throw shooter. Can she knock these down to say game, to call game, I should say?
Even one would be big. Bonner hits it. Lead up to 4, and Florida State can exhale a little bit. This one waved off. And they're going to call a violation, and the second one will count. Boy, that first make looking huge now. Panthers will get the chance to inbound here with 7.4 to play. Quealy, 5 seconds. trying to get to the basket quick, and she misses the layup, and that will do it for a road win